Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, so this is going to be the final chapter of the Citibank story, the final chapter. By the way, if you're interested in the bonus story of what happened in Burj Al Arab, my first foray into a 5-star hotel and how I embarrassed myself. Well, it was my first time, so I did everything I should not do. So if you're interested in that, comment down below. Let me know that you're interested. If I see many people interested, I will make that bonus video in this playlist. And in case you're new, all the episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can check either the description or the pinned comment. I put links for all the videos from part 1 till this part 6. So this one is the final chapter, and like we all like a happy ending. Sadly, this one doesn't have a happy ending. So I'll try to keep it as truthful as possible and share with you whatever I can remember. Okay. So part 5, I told you, I tried to join Citibank and I joined American Express, didn't work out. And I decided, this banking industry is not working because nobody offered me a job. And obviously it was the end for Citibank. I was still seeing and meeting this female. I was going to say her real name, by the way. Mariyam. Okay, I was going to say Mariyam's real name. It's not her real name. Anyway, so... and yes, that Shilpa episode, that female, that hot, beautiful female, that also died out. So I was neither here nor there. But this girl, Mariyam, she would keep meeting me. Why? Because she loved me and she continued working in the same place. And she would still meet me and she would still support me. She would still want the best for me. It was very evident that she loved me, she cared about me. Oh, this is doggy. It's a very big dog. I don't know, you want to see this dog? Right, I'll show you. Alright. Hey, doggy, come here. See the size of this dog. Oh, oh. See? Look at the size of this one. He must be weighing around 30 kilos or 50 kilos. I don't know, he's pretty dense, huh? By the way, he's very heavy. He's not like air. It's like you're holding muscle. Okay, anyway, coming back to the story. So, she would still meet me, and here's a sad thing. Even though I cheated on her publicly, even though I destroyed her name and reputation, even though I was this bastard son of a bitch guy who used her, she still came home to help me with my resumes. By the way, you'll find this funny. My resume those days was 17 pages, 17. I had made it in blue color, the font, big font. And the reason I made it 17 pages is because I thought that's the best way to stand out. So I put neon yellow in certain categories and I had blue font and 17 pages. I wish I had a copy of it. I don't have a copy, and to this date I have no idea what the hell did I put in that CV. Just imagine, I was just 20 years old. 20 years old with just 1 or 2, 3, maybe 1 or 2 experiences as a salesperson. What did I put 17 pages? I don't know. So yeah, enjoy, make fun of me. So anyway, I remember printing out paper after paper after paper, stapling it and sending it to, those days you'd have a yellow pages. For those of you who are young, who do not know what is Yellow Pages, Google search. It's like a very thin book. It's a very thin book. Thin paper. It's a very thick book. It's not thin. Those guys just took my mind away. Okay. It has, like, in very small font, tiny font, the name of the company, and below that would be who's in charge or the PO box. You would have telephone, you would have fax. There was something called a fax machine. You could send the paper and it'll come to the other side. And email. Okay. So I used to take the Yellow Pages, and everyone, I wouldn't bother whether they had a vacancy, didn't have vacancy, whether they're real, fake, nothing. Just, and those days it was post, sending by post. Email was very few. Post, I used to send by post. Can you imagine post? It would take around 3 days to 7 days to reach. And in case you're not aware, those days email was rarely being used by others. We used to send letters through paper and an envelope and a stamp. Something was a stamp where you'd pay money for that. And you'd put it in the post office. And it would take, if you're in Dubai and it had to go to India, take 1 week. Can you believe that? 1 week to send a letter. Today, you can send a message to the phone. Those were the days. Okay. So, she used to come and help me. I know you'll say, what a poor girl. Well, because she didn't have many options. She was not dating other guys. She was born and raised in a very strict Muslim Pakistani family. What else could she do? I was the only, and those days I was really well built, big muscles, young guy, long hair. Can you imagine me with long hair? And yeah, I was good looking, whatever it's worth. But I was a very immature person, very, and I think one of the worst things that I had was a temper, very bad temper. Primarily it was because I was taking steroids and doing workouts in the gym. I had lightning temper, road rage. I remember once when driving with her in the car, I was using my friend's car and driving, we were going for a meeting. Someone tried to, they cut you and move forward. I literally wanted to go smash his car. Imagine, I'm driving a Honda, I think Civic. Yeah. No, sorry, Toyota Corolla hatchback. Toyota Corolla hatchback. You can Google search this. It was an old one from my friend. And I was going to take that to smash, and I literally hit the pavement and, I've had an accident. Oh, I was literally wanting to use the car as a weapon. I even tried to have fights with Emirati locals. Driving in the car, I would want my car to hit their car, and they would also show their temper. I was a crazy guy. But one of the worst things that I did with her, thankfully I never raised my hand on her. I was too strong and she was too petite. But this is one thing I never had, that was raising hands on females. I never did that in my life. The only time I did, I would say raise my hand, I wouldn't say raise my hand, was my second marriage, which I've already told you. She was trying to pull the phone from my hand, my phone, and I grabbed it from her and I pushed her. That is the only time I used physical force. And she was clasping, so I had to open her hands, and I was strong. And she cried a lot, and I didn't like it. So, these are things you do when you're young, man. So what did I do? That was one of the worst things I did with her is, see, my birthday is coming. See the coincidence. My birthday is coming another few hours. Okay, by the way, I'm making this video on the 28th. I'll publish it later on. So 29th, tomorrow is my birthday. So on my birthday, she wanted to buy me a gift. And she asked me what gift I like. And that time, there was a phone called the Nokia Communicator 9500. I'm not too sure. You can search this, the Nokia Communicator. It was called a compass box phone. Okay, the first one was with green dots. you could open it and like, you know, pixel dots, they'll show you email and messages. I would not get any email because I didn't have the money to pay an expensive connection. And those days, I don't know if there was Wi-Fi also. But I like to have the big compass box. It was a big one and you could open it this way. And there was a keypad. So that was my dream, to get a Nokia phone. And it costs, I think, $1,000 or 1,200 or whatever in Dubai. So it was literally the full salary of a person, like, for example, me. And I wanted that as a birthday gift. This poor girl spent her entire 1 month's income, you know, to buy me that phone. Okay? Now see the fun, huh? You'll hate me for this. You might even say like, I don't know, give me bad words. So she bought me the phone as my birthday gift. She came home. This is before we broke up. So she came home and obviously we had a good time. You know, sex and romance and whatever. I don't know what she said. Something she said, or I don't know what. I still cannot for the life of me remember what in the world did she say, but I lost my temper. And I lost it so badly. Remember, she bought me this phone. I put it on the sofa where we are sitting and I smashed it with my fist. Hammer, like, you know. And yes, it not only broke, it got damaged badly. Just imagine, this poor girl has bought me a birthday gift and I smashed her birthday gift on my birthday. And then I told her, get out, fuck off, like something I missed. And the poor thing left. And I don't know what happened then. I was like, I cooled off or something. Before she would go down the elevator, I called her back, and the poor thing, like, I don't know whether she was crying or what, but you know, she forgave me, but I know that she was hurt. Today when I think of it, I'm like, come on, man, fuck. You know, sometimes we have things which we regret and we say that, fuck. You know, we look back through life. You know, they say, no, you wish you could turn back time and undo that moment. That phone, I don't think I could repair it. It was gone, and ended up buying a second-hand phone. This poor thing, she bought with her full month's income, and I destroyed it. That is the kind of asshole I was. But yes, I did compensate by, you know, that 5-star hotel story. That is a bonus. So that I'll share with you if you guys are interested. So that is the kind of individual I was. The reason I'm sharing this is to tell you her character. A very good girl. Very, very good girl. Very petite. And so finally, when the banking days were over, and you know, before we were meeting each other every single day, now I was only meeting her when she was free. And very soon, obviously, we broke off, right? So she would still visit me just to help me with my job search or whatever. But then life started to take its course. My friend, whom we used to DJ and anchor shows together, he also had to move out. And then I also had to, I couldn't stay there alone. I couldn't afford the whole rent by myself. I also decided to move out. And then I decided to go to Sharjah, which is the neighbor of Dubai, and stay with that time my mom and stepdad. They had a house in Sharjah. So for this girl to meet me from Dubai to Sharjah, she didn't have a car. I also didn't have a car, but I had license. I could borrow a car, but I was not like too crazy to meet her, unless of course we were going on a date or something. But other girls I would meet. So I don't know when we officially broke off or when did we communicate, but it was obvious that we broke off. And she started meeting me less. I started contacting her less. This went on, and eventually, she had lent me money. I had got a free credit card, and I had just credit card where I'd spend $1,500, the full card. I used to live beyond my means, and I couldn't resign from the company, Citibank, until I paid the amount. She even lent me that. So with that loan, I had to pay her back. I told her I'll pay her back once I get money, which again I didn't until very later. Thankfully, this would be a matter of shame for me. My mentor and my boss of where I worked in the switchgear company, Quick Electric, he said, Loy, I want you to have a new start. And when he came to know I had this loan from this girl, he said, pay it right off, right away. Don't keep anybody's money, and it's not good. So he gave me that extra money and I paid her off. So that's one saving grace. But I think 2 years, 3 years, I was an asshole. Yeah, I was just careless. That's why I tell people, never lend money or never take money. Payment is always a headache. Live within your means. Okay, so this continued until, I think, you'll not believe, for 11 years. Seriously, I met her at the age of 20. At the age of 31, one day she called me to, oh, by the way, I think I paid her after, I think not 3 years, I think 10 years. I think. Seriously. Now when I think of it, I'm like, fuck, I just realized now. Nearly 10 years. Paid her after 10 years, man. Fuck. Oh, okay. So, after 11 years, one day, I got this call. I used to talk to her, general, normal and all. She said, Loy, when you're free, just come and meet me. And remember, she didn't date anyone after me. That's what she told. And I most probably would believe her. Maybe she would see someone for marriage proposal, but she didn't date anyone. That's as far as her account. And even if she told me she never dated, I would believe her because she was that type of girl. So she called me after 11 years and she said, Loy, I would like you to meet me at this place next to Burjuman. You know that shopping mall where we used to go have our outings, and next to that was a residential house. So I meet me here at this time. I was like, okay, fine. So by the time I didn't have hair, I just had a bald, chubby face with a Frenchie. You must have seen that photograph sometimes. And so I remember very clearly, it was an afternoon at around 12 o'clock or something. Called her, she said, yeah, Loy, just park it down there or whatever, and you can come to whatever, I don't know which floor, maybe third floor or whatever. Fine. I arrived at that place. The apartment was new. I opened it. You know, you can make out a new apartment, no? When lot of wind, don't mind. You can make out, you know, when everything is shining and the paint is fresh. And so it was a very nice new apartment. And I went there. And to my surprise, when I saw her, why surprise is because she wore red. You know, you can search this if you're not familiar. When an Indian girl is about to get married, she wears red. Like Western marriages is where the girl wears white, like, you know, the wedding dress. She was wearing a completely red, like sari kind of salwar kameez kind of thing. She was adorned with jewelry, okay, and a lot of colorful bangles, red, and she had henna on her hands, and she looked like a doll. I was like, whoa, you know, she looked really majestic. That's the right word. Not just beautiful, majestic. And I was like, whoa. That was my first reaction. I was like, whoa. I was like, what happened to you? And that is why she told me, Loy, I wanted to break this news first to you. And she said, I'm getting married. I was like, whoa. For me, it was a complete shock. I didn't know what to expect. So I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then what she said completely broke me. Completely broke me. And remember, I was wearing a suit and tie and this and that, looking like a businessman, big guy, and I was that time put on weight. And she just told me that I can't remember exactly word for word what she said, but she said, I want to thank you for being in my life, for being part of my life. You taught me what is love, and that is what she was communicating. And just imagine, I made her go through hell. I made her suffer. I made her cry. I was the reason that she was single for 11 years, and here this girl is thanking me for the memories, those moments, the love. She said, and then she said, Loy, I want you to know that I always loved you and I will always love you. Oh my goodness. Even now, if I were to relive that moment, maybe I'll cry. But I'll tell you, I didn't expect all this. I didn't. And when she told, I always loved you. I will always love you, and I'll love you in the future, forever. And you're the one I love the most, and you'll always be the one in my heart, and this and that. I started to cry. And she also told me, Loy, it's okay, I forgive you. I told her, I'm so sorry for what I did. So sorry. Even now, even now I feel like crying when I think about it. I told her, I'm so sorry for what I did. I never got to apologize. I did apologize, but not like this, And for 11 years, she didn't move with her life. And she told me 11 years. And this guy who apparently she decided to get married to, he was a second cousin or third cousin or whatever. And he chased her for 11 years. 11 years. Even when she was with me, he used to chase her. He was not good looking or this little fat, stout. Okay, whatever. It was not her type. But I don't know why she waited for 11 years. Maybe she was hoping I'd come back or whatever. Or finally, she caved in when the mother said, please. Everyone said, please. And so she decided to finally say yes after he begging, pleading that he would love her and this and that. And she wanted to break that news to me, like more or less first. Oh, when leaving, I just, I don't know, I put my hand on her head and I wept, I cried, I said bye, went in my car and I sobbed again. Hyper emotional. And well, I realized, okay, the chapter is finally closed and I can move on. Now, had the story ended there, it would have been maybe the end. Unfortunately, it doesn't end there. The thing is, mostly when you see a movie and they show the person's got married, like in especially Indian movies, when they show that the hero or the heroine get married, and if you're an Indian, you'd know this. Mostly the guy and the girl get married in the end, and then they show, the Indian style of wedding. You go around a fire. I call it a barbecue. Holy fire, anyway, sorry. So, and then they show that they're married. You can check Indian marriages. The guy dresses in white and girl in red, and they say the end, happily ever after. But real life is not like that. Marriage is the beginning of a lot of new challenges. It's a new chapter in your life. And Will it work or will it not is a big question. So she got married and, I forgot I was busy in my own world. She would call me very rarely. Like, when you're happy and you're moving ahead with your own life, you don't have to call. I got a call, the last I can remember, I got a call after very many years. And this time, like, I think my age was 37. 36, I got wrongfully deported, was going to commit suicide, decided to come back. By the time I was tattooed, and I finished my TED Talk, you can Google search, check on YouTube, Loy Machedo TED Talk. And I was becoming a viral sensation. I starred in that Coca-Cola viral ad. You can Google search Loy Machedo Coca-Cola. So I became a viral sensation and my brand was picking up. And I was moving towards what I'm doing now as a personal branding guy. So lo and behold, I got this call and she was like, "Hi, Loy." I still remember her way of speaking, "Hi, Loy." And I remembered her number. I had not saved it. I was like, hey, how are you doing and all that. And she asked me to come down and meet her at Mashrak Bank. And she was a team leader that time. She had even worked in First Gulf Bank. That was another bank. And she told me the updates, after I thought I'll meet her. She worked in First Gulf Bank. The same lady who was a team leader at Citibank, Jayashree, she became the manager at First Gulf Bank and she was working under Jayashree. But, and Jayashree was a manager there. Mostly bankers, they only join banks. So all the people of Citibank had joined some other bank as some senior position, whatever. So she had now joined Mashrak Bank as a team leader or something. And she wanted some advice from me for coaching, and she wanted to leave that position because it was too stressful. The funny thing is, some of her colleagues or people who were working under her, they didn't know I knew her from years and years. And they were bitching about her to me. She's a bitch and she's a this and she's that. I was like, shut the fuck up, okay? Don't talk about her. And they're like, hey, no, I'm telling you the truth. I said, I know her more than you, so shut the fuck up. So, yeah, so she wanted my advice, guidance and coaching, which whatever I could, I did. And then later on, she actually paid me money for my services. Seriously, she actually paid me. And for me, business was business. I cannot mix business and friendship, even if I dated you, whatever. So, and she was gracious enough. I'm grateful to her for that. So she took my services 2-3 times. She did get in touch with me 2-3 times. She did come for my coaching also. But I'll tell you, she was not happy at all. She had lost a lot of hair. Her hair had become flaky. She had lost a lot of hair. She put on a lot of weight, man. Too much weight. She had like double, I think 2.5, like I think 1.5 times or 2 times her size. She had put on so much weight. Very unhealthy, very stressed out. She didn't look happy at all. And then she told me that this husband, who apparently was madly in love with her, it seems he was secretly married 2 times or something in Pakistan with somebody else. He had fathered someone else's child, and someone, he was a father of another female's baby or some shit like that. Totally 3 or 4. And he was planning to marry again and all that shit. Her life was a total, utter fucking mess. Complete fucking mess. And I did tell her, to leave him. But then again, it's very easy to say. And her husband was in the same job, same position. He was not at all ambitious. He was a lazy bum. So it was bad. Her situation was really, really bad. And then again she vanished after some time. And then only after I came down here, by the way, by that time she had added me on Facebook. And she would be there very rarely, once or twice. And then I think she had 2 daughters, not too sure, 2 or 3. And the last, what she did tell me, I don't think I should share that. It's not right. It's pretty personal and it just happened. Should I share? Okay, I'll share. Anyway, no man, fuck. If I share and someone who knows her, it's not good. Anyway, let me not share this. I'm not playing with you guys. I'm not trying to simply make, because if someone knows her and knows who I'm talking about, and I share this, it's not good. So anyway, she did take my advice again for something, and I could understand where she came from, and I didn't hate on her, nothing. But all I can tell you is, her life is not perfect. She's not perfectly happy. She's in a marriage where she's not happy, but her focus is not the marriage, not the husband. And she's working, she's earning, and she is taking care of her daughters. Okay? Her goal is just to make money to ensure her daughters complete her education, and then maybe she'll go back to her country in Pakistan. Her mother died. She had reached out to me when that happened. That was a very painful phase. One is her father died, next one is her mother died. Very, very painful chapter in her life. When her mother died, she really wanted to talk to me, and so now I know what some of you did comment. Man, you should have got married to her and all. In hindsight, when I look back, I don't think I was ready for marriage at that point. See, in my 20s when I met her, I was not at all marriage ready. I was only marriage ready at 40. So I met her at the wrong time. That is one. Number 2 is, our marriage would have never worked. And I'll tell you why. I'm Indian passport, she is Pakistani passport. I'm a Christian but who became an atheist. She's a Muslim and they follow their religion to the T. She is very family oriented, very, very family oriented, even though maybe most of her family members are whatever. And you know, if she were to marry outside the religion and outside, they would completely desert her. Then she would have nowhere to go. And forget all that. Let's assume she could marry me. Let's assume she could marry me. Let's assume whatever, religion didn't matter. But I was not ready. I didn't have the maturity. I didn't have the character. I didn't have anything. There's no way she would have been happy. And remember, I was a very different guy at the age of 20. Very different. So different that if Loy Machedo today were to see a Loy Machedo type character, fuck, it would be like, this is an individual I'll keep away 1 mile far. Stay away from me. Forget, people said, would you allow your daughter to date? I wouldn't allow my daughter to see the shadow of that Loy Machedo. I would warn her, these are the type of guys you need to keep away. But forget that part. Even otherwise, I wouldn't want to interact with that kind of Loy. I was a very different person then, yeah. So, given the person I'm today, she's not at all my character. Let's say if I met her when she was 20, if I'm today and I met her at 20 and she's 20, I'm 47, she's 20, still it would be a perfect no. Not for her character. Her character is very good girl. Religion, her nationality, all these factors come, her culture, her upbringing. And I don't think she would be willing. Have I told my wife? Yes, my wife knows about her. I've told my wife literally every aspect of my life. But yeah, maybe if she would be here, she would be happy. But she wouldn't be my type. And see, in terms of her character, at the age of 20, she is as good as my wife, maybe even better. because she was such a innocent little thing. So overall, life has been very tough with her. And one of the big reasons is she made a lot of bad choices, One of her biggest bad choices was me. But then she made an even more bad choice by getting married to that guy. And then she made a couple of choices in terms of career and this and that and other things which I can't share with you. But deep down, I definitely want her. Means, today, do I have any emotions and feelings for her? No, I don't. When I look back on those memories and moments, do I cherish them and value them? And yeah, I do. Do I have respect for her? Yes. Feelings, no, neither does she. But like this, a special place in the heart. Old time's sake, whatever. I sincerely would want her to be happy. I sincerely would want her to find her happiness. But given her character, I think, character in the sense, I'm not saying in a bad way. Given the personality she has, she's not like me, like selfish, self-centered, manipulative, fast talker, quick thinker. She's just a simple female. But she's very hardworking. She's been through a lot. She's been through so much. Hey! A dog fucking sometimes irritating, howling, So, she's not like me, but she's a survivor. She's a fighter. She doesn't give up. She's very hardworking and she is all for the family. She's all for her children. She's a good wife. She's a good woman. She's a good human being. There's nothing bad I have to say about her. Absolutely nothing. Maybe she's not the entrepreneurial type or aggressive, all that, but her character is impeccable. Would I want my daughter to be like her? No, absolutely not. And you'll be like, huh? What? You just said that she's a good character. The problem is she's not a shark. She's more of a petite little thing. And in today's day and age, you cannot survive and sustain being, like they say in India, papa, like poor thing, like innocent little baby. You can't be like that. I would rather have my daughter be a manipulative, ferocious bitch rather than be a goody-goody girl who will get taken advantage of. That I'll ensure that my daughter will be one of those fucking animals. Literally chew a guy and spit him out. Make sure that she is. But her character, she is a good girl. But she's not designed to survive in a world of animals, of predators, of evil, So yeah, with that, it concludes the final chapter of Citibank. I have deleted her from my Facebook, by the way. I know. You'll be like, huh? Loy, what the fuck? I told you, I'm getting rid of many people. And what is my reason? What's the point of keeping in touch? The only news that is left is maybe some updates or maybe died or something. You need to move on, right? I'm not one of those who will cling on to those memories of old time's sake and seeing my old school friends who are fat, bloated, ugly, and you move on, man. You look ahead. I don't see any point of keeping in touch. She has not done anything bad. But I just want to be left alone and focus on my here and now. She has never done anything bad to me. Nothing. Although I have done. So, anyway, maybe the final episode will be the bonus one of what happened at Burj Al Arab, and if I remember anything else, I'll share with you. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And would you like something like this? Maybe I can think of the next series after Citibank. But yeah, one is, let me know, do you want to hear about the Burj Al Arab story? True story, huh? But fucking comedic. I was an idiot. Village idiot going to a 5-star hotel, trying to act sophisticated. And yes, would you be interested in series like this? If yes, comment down below. I hope you enjoyed the final chapter. Shut up. Okay. You guys take care. It's me signing off. Comment below. Bye.